Alright, welcome to episode 18 of our Ark playthrough here on the island. And today, we're going to be going out to some of the deep waters, and we're going to be looking for our first Basilosaurus. So, we only have, I think, 3 more of the land caves left. And then, we do have the 2 water caves to pick up the artifacts there. But I do like to start on the water caves a little bit early because I like to go through and farm some loot as we get a little bit farther into the game. The only thing I've been waiting on up until now is a little bit better scuba gear. The stuff that you can craft yourself is, I mean, it just breaks kind of easy. And, you know, it doesn't last very long. So in the last episode, no, 2 episodes ago, I'm sorry. We went through and we did the snow cave, and we picked up a good scuba tank, and that should help out quite a bit. So with the Basilosaurus, we kind of break our normal rule. So there's not very many on the map at one time. If I had to guess, I would say maybe 15 or 20, just from what I've seen. And it's a little bit harder to find those at higher levels. Usually we try not to tame anything unless it's over 100, if it's something, you know, we're going to use very much at all. But with these guys, that's a little tough. So what we actually do, we do some kind of strategic mating, and we try to find, you know, even if they're lower levels, we try to find one with really good health, one with good melee, one with good carry weight, and one with good stamina, if possible. Sometimes we have to tame a dozen of these things, you know, anywhere from level 70 on up to find them with those kind of stats. And then what we'll do is mate 2 of those together that have good stats. Say one has good health, the other has good stamina. We'll mate those together, and we'll try to get an offspring that has good health and good stamina. And then we'll take 2 others that have maybe good carry weight and good melee damage. We'll mate those together, try to come up with an offspring that has both. And then we'll mate those 2 offspring together to try to get something that has all 4 stats. You can stop there, but from there we usually try to have a male and a female of both that we keep. We don't take them out, we just keep them in cryopods. And then from there we can always do some mating and get some more of those if need be. If we, you know, take one out and get killed in a cave, which happens often, you know, we always have, we can always do some mating and get some backups. So for this task, we're going to just drop our birds right here. We're going to use a baryonyx for doing the taming. We're going to go through. We'll show you how we do it. These are supposed to be pretty tough to tame, but honestly, I've never had too much trouble. They are a passive tame, but the biggest thing is making sure that there's nothing in the area that can spook these things once you get started on the taming process. So we're going to get set up here real quick, and then we will be back in just a minute. Alright, we are off. So we started out over here kind of by Carno Island, and I mean, we're just going to search. I've heard that they're usually found in the more shallow waters or more in the cold area, but honestly, in my experience, I've seen them just about everywhere. I know a Basilosaurus, once it gets down so deep, will actually start taking damage. So you normally won't find them all the way at the bottom, but they can still be down pretty deep. I've seen it quite a few times and tamed them that way. Of course, it's a lot harder to tame them when they're down that far, and they give you some trouble clearing the place out, but we shouldn't have too much trouble. The baryonyx, besides the Basilosaurus, I think the baryonyx really is just about the best water tame for, you know, just exploration, because with that spin attack that it can do, it can knock out most enemies, you know, stun them, and then they're pretty easy to deal with. The only things I will absolutely avoid is probably an alpha mosasaurus or an alpha squid. I try to avoid those, but other than that, I'm not afraid of anything down here with these high-level baryonyx that we have. Actually, I guess the jellyfish would be the other thing that we try to avoid. Whenever we're down here in the water, whenever they electrocute, they'll actually knock you off your mount, and things go sideways pretty fast that way. The eels, they'll shock you also, but I've never had one dismount me. I don't think they do that. They just shock you, and it does a little damage, but it's not too awful bad. I'm going to try to avoid that guy, but we're probably not going to be able to. No, he's after us, so we're going to have to kill him. I don't think... No, okay, the spin attack doesn't work on these. But they're not too tough. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Wonder what's in this bag. Oh, we don't need that. Looks like we have a level. Not sure where I want to put it. Guess melee wouldn't be too bad. Oh, there's the eel. Oh no, you're not going to run away. All right. We'll keep these arrows. Always like to keep a good crossbow on me when we're under the water. That way if we need to draw aggro on something from a distance, or if there's some of those nuisance jellyfish, we can kill them. That is the safest way to do it when you're in the water on something like this. Alright, there's our first Basilosaurus that I've seen. Let's check this level. Level 30. Alright, that's not very good. So we're not going to kill him like we normally do. They're kind of a hassle to kill, so I just kind of leave them alone. And, sometimes we have to do this a few days in a row before we find the levels that we want. But I find it easier than trying to kill a bunch of those things. Plus, they give you a ton of oil, and it's very heavy, and I hate throwing the stuff down. So I would rather just avoid killing the things to begin with. Now, there's some jellyfish there. We definitely want to avoid those. Alright, so we have actually made it about halfway around the map. We are over by where our first little temporary base was. And there is a Basilosaurus there, level 90. So I think we're going to tame this guy. We need to clear everything around it, and then we'll have to take out those mantas that are following it around. And like an idiot, I took off and left the kibble at the house, so we're going to have to use prime meat. I think that's the next best thing for these guys. So yeah, let's start clearing out this area. Once again, the baryonyx just kind of make short work of all this stuff. Sometimes we have no luck finding a better scuba tank, so the whole time you're through here, you're worried that your scuba tank is going to quit. Like I said, they don't last very long. It's nice to have one that you can ride around and not have to worry about it. Unfortunately, Emily has one that we did have to craft ourselves, so she has like 3 for backups in case anything happens. we're going to use our crossbow. We're going to try to very carefully shoot one of these mantas without hitting the Basilosaurus. Alright, we got it. Hopefully they all aggro on us. And we will just keep spamming that spin attack button till they're all dead. We need to try to get that guy before he gets back to our Basilosaurus. Alright. Get some of this stuff out of the way here. Oh, well, I was about to say it looks like the coast is clear, but I guess it is not. Alright, now where did he go? I don't see him anywhere. He may be hiding in this seaweed. I'm honestly not sure which direction he even went. Well, you just came out of nowhere. I'm not seeing that thing anywhere. Man, where is he at? Alright, I finally found him. We're gonna make our way back over to him if we can get rid of all this stuff. Alright, we're gonna look around. I guess we better take out this manta before it gets any closer. Alright, I think we should be somewhat safe. Look around one more time here. Now all we gotta do is hop off and hit the feed button. Alright, looks like he's about 41%. So it'll probably take a little bit for him to be ready to eat again. So we're just going to hang out here, watch everything, and Emily's going to stay down a little bit lower and just kind of try to take care of anything that might come near. Alright, it's been, I don't know, about 5 minutes, and he's ready to eat again. It doesn't sound like very long, but it seems like an eternity when you're just waiting around here for him. But the second feeding is usually quite a bit quicker. Or third feeding, I'm sorry. So hopefully it'll just be another minute or so, and then we can finish taming him up. And see, this is kind of what I was talking about. Like I said, they say they won't really go towards the bottom on their own, but I mean, to me this is pretty deep water, so it's definitely worth checking everywhere for these things whenever you're out trying to find a good level one to tame. Looks pretty clear here. I might go ahead and go up and see if he's ready to feed again. I don't think that Megalodon should give us any trouble. I'm going to wait for Emily to get a little closer here just to make sure that if anything happens, she can kind of protect me. Alright, here we go. Alright, he's ready. And that is tamed. Let me get a cryopod here, and then we'll go ahead and get him up in a cryopod. I'll check out his stats later. Alright, so we're actually going to go out and we're going to look around, see if we can find any more. Alright, so we're back at the house. We had no luck finding a second Basilosaurus, but at least we found one. So next couple days we're going to go around, we're going to try to find some more with some good stats, and then we'll get ready to do some mating and start taking on those water caves. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.